What is going on, guys? Benny here. So, some news just dropped from, I believe, a little company called SVS. So, with that, guys, let's check it out after the intro. Alright, guys, so for the moment you have all been waiting for, what was SVS hiding in terms of the next product that they were going to come out? Well, it is this beautiful guy right here. So this guy is the SVS 3000 Micro Subwoofer. Yes, they're jumping into the Micro Subwoofer game, which is pretty awesome because look at this little thing. So let's go over a couple of the specs, because last time I kind of rambled on a little bit about their new subwoofers. So with this guy, so this is really tiny. So being that they're able to jump into the Micro Subwoofer game, there's only a couple people that kind of did it right. And being that SVS is SVS, and with their subwoofer prowess, I guess you could say, I think this was a market that they needed to tap into at some point, right? Let's jump into the specifications and I will throw them up, or maybe we'll just talk about them because I have a picture right here. So let's go over the quick specs. So with this guy, it has high performance dual 8-inch drivers. Yes, and they're side firing drivers. I'll throw up a picture of what that looks like here. And then with that, it does have, the amp in it is super powerful. So the amp that they're throwing in there, in terms of their version of a D-class amplifier, is the Sledge STA 800D 2M amplifier. And that's 800 watts RMS and 2500 plus watts peak power. These are dual 8s, guys. Dual 8s. And they're shoving that much power into it. You think it'd explode, right? But with that, that's amazing. SVS being SVS all the time. It does have the 50 megahertz high resolution analog devices audio DSP. It does have, you do get to utilize the smartphone DSP app as well, which is amazing, right? And then it does have a frequency response of 23 hertz to 240 hertz plus or minus 3 dB. And then it does also have, they did measure this as an in-room low frequency extension down to 21 hertz. And then the dimensions of this guy. I know it's a Micro Subwoofer, guys. I know. But being that this thing is literally it's 10.9 inches high, 11.7 inches wide, and then 10.7 inches deep. That's a little 11-inch cube. It's not very big. It's a little baby. And then it does weigh 22 pounds. So it's not heavy. It's not a PB16. It's, you know what I mean? Come on. But being that in the micro sub game, there's only been a couple of companies that have done it, and it's worked well. One of the big name ones that you guys should know is KEF. So with KEF, I would see that this would be probably the most competing in terms of performance, I guess. But even then, it still doesn't, KEF doesn't hold a candle to this in power at all, especially at this price point, because KEF has two different micro subs that are, one is the KEF KC62 and the KEF 92. And both of those, they claim to go down to 11 hertz, but from the other reviews that I've seen online, as well as other reviews that I've read in terms of articles, they do an okay job, but I bet you that they hit that 11 maybe barely ever. So being that SVS claims that this goes down to 23, and then in terms of room extension down to 21 hertz, I believe them. I definitely believe them. Not to knock that I don't like KEF, but it's kind of a big claim. And then the other thing is in terms of power, I guess it's kind of in between the KC62 and the KF92, because the KC62, it says it's 1,000 watts RMS, but they don't give a peak amount, and then it's 500 watts RMS for each one. And then with that too, even with the KF92, they don't have a peak power on here. Not even on their website, I don't see anything. So with that, because the KF92 is two 9-inch drivers, KC's 8-inch drivers, so it kind of puts it in between. But then in terms of the power maximum, I'm pretty sure KEF doesn't hit up there. And then the fact that this is 800 watts, it's just shy of the power of the other two. But let me see here. So let me throw this up so you guys can see it. So with this, it'll be those dual 8-inch drivers, and they're side firing. So with that, let's see here. Let's keep moving along. So we talked about that. But yeah, this is what it looks like with the grills off and like kind of how they go into the enclosure. We went over that it does have the STA800D2M DSP amplifier. And then you're able to use the app as well. And then, yeah, so basically they're shoving 3000 series technology into this tiny little box and want to get it out there. So in terms of the colors that it comes in this beautiful black, gloss black, and then it also comes in this gloss white as well. And being that they're so small, you can kind of put them wherever you want. And then in terms of the price though, so this is the kicker, SVS is smart, super smart. So with that, in terms of its real competition out there in micro subwoofer land, so if you were going to buy these or buy theirs, the KEF K62 is $1,500. The KF92 is $2,000. SVS, you were crazy to push it out at this price. This little micro subwoofer that's just shy in terms of specs, if you guys really care about specs, to KEF's KF92, it's $800. $800, guys. $800. I can't say that more, I feel. So with that, guys, that was SVS's new product. The new 3000 micro subwoofer. And in terms of that, guys, you know, I'm excited. Hopefully I'll be able to get this in for review at some point soon. I also still need to review their 1000 Pro series as well, and 2000 Pro series at some point. I need to get those at some point. I do need to put out the reviews for these guys, the SVS Ultras. And then with that, guys, down below I'll put a link down to the store for where you can get it from them. I also have my subscribe star down there. So if you guys like this type of content where I'm putting out news related stuff, like up and coming things, Let me know down below in the comments section, as well as hit a like, because then I know you guys like this type of content if you don't want to leave a comment. I will see you guys in the next one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whenever you guys are watching this, I'll see you in the next one. Later.